So this is deer damage. The deer always comes and eats the fresh tender leaves and new growth on the trees, so you can see the tree is growing very unevenly because on the right the branches were eaten a while ago. There is some new growth, but still it's very hard to grow the trees nicely. And I find nothing really 100% proof. Maybe some tall fencing, short fencing like this does not help. It's only for the rabbits because the deer still eats the leaves around. I will show you some methods I use to deter deer. So how to keep the deer from your property eating plants? I tried a lot of methods and nothing really is 100% proof. I will go over the main ones I use. Most reliable is of course fencing. So I have this black fence, 6 foot tall. It did deter a deer for some time, but still eventually the deer started jumping over. Once they find out about the vegetables, they jump over, and the fence didn't work anymore. So what I did around the garden, I put additional netting around the garden from the side where I approach, and it is attached to these sticks. I have a little door like this. So all I have is just to tie and untie to get in. So this really saves my vegetables and my peace of mind at night. So what I did from the side of the fence, the deer will not jump the fence if cannot see through the fence, or if there is a double fence. So I put some constructions very close to the fence, like these wooden sticks, so it will be harder to jump over the fence because there will be a second obstacle, like a double fence. And this part of the garden I added additional small fence I made myself, so it serves a double purpose. I have plants, cucumbers and everything growing around it, and also it's in proximity to the second fence, so the deer doesn't jump in this area. So what other methods I use? I bought these things on Amazon. This is how they look. They emit, they're motion sensitive, and they emit some hypersonic sound that scares animals, and this was helping at the beginning, but eventually deer gets used to everything. So you have to rotate all these different methods, combine different methods, because nothing is really 100 proof. So I use this thing, and it's also charged by solar, so there is no need for battery, and I'll leave it in. Okay, so here is a motion sensitive device, and it deters animals in front of it, and it has a broad angle, so it kind of goes from here to here, the sensors and the noise. And I have it placed in front of the fence, so when the deer is on the other side of the fence, it already gets spooked. Next thing I have is motion sensitive light. I have several of these on the outside of the fence, so they also sense when something is moving, both animals, people, cars, and they turn on at night. And it did spook deer probably at the beginning, but now it got used to this as well, and I got these on Amazon, and actually I really like them. It's nice to use them in front of the driveway, around the property, just for safety reasons. So this is soap deterrent covered with foil to protect from rain on the apple tree. But still they got to the beans under the apple tree. Another method that I find helpful is the deer repellent. You can buy it in regular Lowe's or Home Depot store. I started with the small bottle, but it's more economic to buy the large container and just pour from the large one into the small. It saves some money because the solution runs out quite quickly. So I spray around certain trees and plants. There are instructions how to spray it with time intervals, and it did help somewhat, but after the rain it washes out, and eventually deer gets used to this as well. So it's not 100% proof, but I do like to combine this with other methods, especially in the places where I don't have the fence. It does smell, it has very unpleasant smell, so I use gloves, and I don't like using this solution too much. But it does work somewhat. This is damage to the sour cherry tree. Leaves and new growth are gone. Deer damage to the plum tree several weeks ago. You can see stripped off all the leaves, all the new growth. I used to have growth like this. Here are deer traces as they jumped over the fence. And I have 4-foot tall fence. Here's everything covered with netting, cucumbers, winter squash, potatoes, everything to prevent deer jumping over that fence.